Hello and welcome to Friday's programme. I'm John T. Messer.
And I'm Victoria Davis. Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The number of knife offences in Avon and Somerset has jumped more than 50% in a single year. That's despite nearly 1,000 weapons being placed in amnesty bins over the same period.
Well, over the next 2 nights, officers will visit bars and clubs trying to find out why people carry knives and warning them of the dangers. It's part of a national operation to tackle knife crime.
Well, our reporter Karen Bell is at Cascade Steps along the Harbourside for us this evening. Karen, that's a popular area lined with pubs and restaurants. What are the police aiming to achieve there tonight?
Now, with thousands heading to university this month, there are calls for new students to be aware of the symptoms of meningitis. The University of the West of England will welcome 7,000 freshers, with 6,000 starting at Bristol Uni and 3,500 taking up courses at Bath.
Well, older teenagers who mix in large numbers are the second most vulnerable group when it comes to contracting meningitis. Here's Kevin Ashford.
Well, to other news now, police have released CCTV images of 3 people they want to speak to following a serious assault at a Bristol supermarket. Shoppers...
A father who lost his 7-year-old daughter to a rare form of cancer has set off on a bike ride in her memory. Peter Williams is signing.
Good luck to him. Now, St Nicholas Market in the centre of Bristol celebrated its 275th birthday today. The undercover...
Now, for those of you planning a bit of a lazy weekend, spare a thought for competitors counting down the hours to the Bristol Half Marathon on Sunday.
Yes, as part of ITV's Active Autumn campaign, Richard Payne has been speaking to some of those who've pulled on their trainers for the first time. For them, just getting to the start line has been a challenge in itself.
To see, and the very best of luck if you are taking part on Sunday. Now you are watching ITV News here in the West Country, still ahead on the programme before 6:30.
Well, the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Here's Charlene White with the details.
But next on our programme, we're going to tell you about the 86-year-old war veteran and fundraiser who is walking his way across the country to celebrate the centenary of the RAF. Ex-paratrooper Geoffrey Long has set himself the challenge of visiting 10 different RAF bases in as many days.
Well, he's due to arrive at Nether. Great stuff. Now let's take a look at sport, and Carrie joins us in the studio. Now, Carrie, basketball season starts this weekend.
Yes, it does. Bristol Flyers have got their first game tomorrow at home. They're facing something of an unknown side, though. London City Royals are a newly established club. I played the Flyers a visit to see how preparations have been going.
Well, the very best of luck to them. Carrie, you interviewed them. They were all sat down.
Yes, they were absolutely massive. There was no choice.
No option.
I can imagine. Now, what about the rest of our teams this weekend?
Well, it will get started tonight, actually, with Bristol City. They'll be hoping to return to winning ways. They're away at Wigan Athletic. It should be a great contest. Just 1 point separates the 2 championship sides at the moment, with City in 5th.
Oh, Carrie, thanks very much indeed. I've got written down here, it's going to be obviously team's greatest day if their teams win tomorrow. Fans, though, going to have to pray, have a little patience if their side's going to be going on to rule the world. OK? Now, it's been announced that Take That are going to appear in Bristol next May. Keep up, keep up. Garrett, everyone's wincing here. Garrett.
Now, you may remember the story about the Bristol University cleaner who was given a trip to Jamaica thanks to some generous students. Well, now
it is just over a month until Halloween, and many of us will soon be carving pumpkins. But imagine trying to make your lantern out of a 50-stone pumpkin.
Well, that's what Graham Barrett has managed to grow on his allotment in Gloucester, and says he'll be harvesting the seeds so he can grow an even bigger one. Ken Goodwin reports. Well, I've never seen a pumpkin tucked up in bed.
No, neither have I.
Well, a lot of TLC has obviously gone on there, but size isn't necessarily everything, and Kate is on a pumpkin farm. Now, before we get the weather, Kate, you've been learning that there's more to the pumpkin than meets the eye. OK, Kate, thanks very much for that. Not looking great for the weekends, is it? Now, the main headline in the West Country this evening, the number of knife offences. Well, that's it from the 2 of us. I'll have the late news for you at 10:30 tonight.
Now I'll hand you to Charlene White as the ITV News continues. From all of us, have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night.